No one knew it then, but the moment Cody Bellinger stepped out of the dugout on opening day 2025, something felt different in the Bronx. The sky over Yankee Stadium seemed brighter, the air somehow heavier, as if the entire city was holding its breath. And in that split second, with thousands roaring around him, Bellinger looked like a man carrying a secret the world was about to witness. It wasn't just excitement. It wasn't just hype. It was the feeling of a story about to explode, a comeback, a rebirth, a spark waiting to ignite. When he walked toward the batter's box for the very first time of the season, the stadium didn't just watch, it leaned. Every eye, every camera, every ounce of anticipation pulled toward him like gravity. The pitcher wound up. The pitch came in, and with one violent, perfect swing, Bellinger sent the ball rocketing into the second deck like a message written in fire. The stadium detonated. One swing, one roar, one declaration. Cody Bellinger had arrived in New York. But what no one knew then, was that this was only the beginning. Across April, he didn't just hit. He punished baseballs. Line drives that screamed past outfielders before they even moved. Towering shots that disappeared into the warm spring sky. Opposing pitchers shook their heads before even delivering the ball. There was something unstoppable in the way he stepped into the box, something fierce and familiar. Fans began whispering it. Commentators began hinting it. Opponents began fearing it. He's back. But this version of Bellinger wasn't just the old MVP version. He was sharper, stronger, hungrier, a player with something to prove not to the world, but to himself. The energy he brought to the Bronx wasn't simply performance, it was identity. Night after night, he delivered moments so electric the stadium felt like it was floating. Clutch hits with the crowd shaking like an earthquake. Two-out RBIs that ripped games open. Moonshot home runs that made jaws drop and cameras scramble. And every time he rounded the bases, there was a calm confidence in his stride, as if he always knew this season would be different. As if he always knew greatness was waiting on the other side of the struggle. But the story wasn't just about offense. Because in center field, Bellinger moved like a shadow. Fast, controlled, unpredictable. Diving catches that defied physics. Leaping grabs at the wall that stole home runs from stunned hitters. Laser throws that froze runners mid-stride. The stadium held its breath every time the ball soared toward him, because when it did, magic usually followed. June arrived, and so did the realization. This wasn't a hot streak. This wasn't luck. This was domination. This was leadership. This was Cody Bellinger at his absolute peak. The Yankees clubhouse changed around him. Young players watched him closely. Veterans leaned on him. His presence became the heartbeat of the room, the calm before the storm and the fire during it. And then came the summer stretch. Game after game where the Yankees needed a hero, and Bellinger answered. A late-inning double off the wall to tie a series finale. A two-homer night that silenced a hostile crowd on the road. A sliding catch to end a game that looked lost. Every highlight felt like a trailer for a movie, dramatic, impossible, unforgettable. But then came the defining moment. A sold-out Yankee Stadium. A division rival in town. A playoff atmosphere in the middle of August. Bottom of the ninth, tie game. 2 outs. And Bellinger walking to the plate like a man called by destiny. The crowd rose as one. Phones lifted. Voices trembled. The pitcher delivered. A mistake, middle of the plate. Bellinger didn't swing. He unleashed. The crack echoed like thunder off skyscrapers. The ball soared high into the New York night, climbing, rising, disappearing into a storm of flashing lights and screaming fans. A walk-off. But more than that, a moment that felt mythic. His teammates rushed him, tackling him into a wave of celebration. The stadium pulsed with pure joy. In that moment, he wasn't just a player. He was a symbol of belief. Of resilience. Of fire reignited. The season rolled on, but the tone had been set. The Bronx Bombers had found their spark. And Cody Bellinger wasn't just playing great baseball, he was carrying the city on his shoulders. Every highlight reel, every broadcast, every fan conversation, they all came back to him. His swagger, his leadership, his rebirth. By the end of the season, his numbers didn't just tell a story, they screamed it. Power, consistency, defense, clutch. A complete season. A massive season. A season that reminded the world what Cody Bellinger is capable of when the doubts are gone and the fire is back. And when the final out of the regular season was recorded, when the Bronx stood and applauded him for everything he had done, Bellinger looked around with a quiet smile. The smile of a man who lost himself once. And found something even stronger in the journey back. Because 2025 wasn't just a return. It wasn't just redemption. It was a renaissance. A rebirth. A revival written in pinstripes. And somewhere deep inside Yankee Stadium, beneath the roaring fans and the flashing lights, one truth echoed louder than anything else. Cody Bellinger didn't just have a massive season. He carved his name into Bronx history, one swing, one catch, one unforgettable moment at a time.